Hey guys, I have created this folder inside my XAMPP htdocs. So let's create an index.php file. So let's refresh. As you can see, it's loading the file. So now I'm going to create the HTML of our registration form. So here let's add the long attributes, so set to en. And title, let's use registration form fresh. And then here let's add a meta for the viewport. Set the content, so the width equals the device with initial scale 1.0. Then here on the body, let's start creating the structure. So we'll have the dev with an ID of container. The inside is the form. Inside the form is, let's add the method or a method attribute in the form post, and then let's add an h2 or acts as an header to our form, the registration form. And then here let's add a dev. Let's add our first element, so let's add a name field. So let's capture the name of the registrant or the user. And then here let's set the ID to name, and then also the name attribute to name, and let's set it to as a required. Next is another dev, same class, and inside this will be the email address. And then let's set an input set to email, and then an ID of email, also name set to email and required. Next is, let's add another dev. This is the same class name, and this will be for the password. So here let's add the password label and input type of password, and the ID would be password, and then name will be password, and also it's a required field. And below, let's just add a button, and this will be a type of a submit. Here let's add or use register as a label. So if we refresh, as you can see, we have the elements. Next thing we need to do is, let's add a style sheet. So link a style sheet. So let's create that file. So it's styles.css. Let's save it. So here for the body, let's set the font family to Arial, and then sans serif, and then set the background color to this one. Let's add the margin 0 and the padding also 0, and set the display to flex, and let's justify the content to center. Also the align items, set it to center, and set the height to 100 bh. So as you can see, it is now centered. Next is for the form, let's add a background color, this one white, and add a padding of 20px. Let's add the radius of 8px, and add the shadow to the form. Now let's refresh. As you can see, it's looking good, and set the max width to 400 px on the width of 100%. So this looks good. Next is here, let's style the form group. Let's add the margin bottom 20 px. So nice margin between the form group. And then for the label, let's set the font weight to bold and then the display to black, and let's add the margin bottom of 5 px. So as you can see, it's looking good. Next is for the input for the text and also email, and then password. Actually, you can just write input. Let's set them a width of 100%, and then just add the padding inside of 8 px and the radius of 4 px, and then let's add the border and the box sizing set to border box. Let's refresh. Now this is looking good. Now let's add a button, a style to the button. So once we hover, let's set the background color to this color. Just try blue colors. Let's style first the button. So let's set the background color property to this color, and then let's set the color to white. Then let's remove the border, and then the padding set to 10 px and 20 px, and then let's add the radius, and also let's set the cursor to be the pointer. So this looks great. So here for the h2, let's add the margin bottom 20 px, and then let's align it to the center. That looks good. So here let's try to increase the width of this form. See here, max width, or just set the width. So the container, we're going to set the width here of 500 px. Let's refresh, or just try one time. So it didn't work. So 500 px. Let's see for the form, maybe let's remove that one. Just set the width to 100%. So here let's remove this. Just do 600 px or 450. So as you can see, we have a nice registration form. It's very simple, but it looks great.